is the fifth row of the grid that you're looking at. Charles Milesi in the number 321 Tony Kart, alongside Lucas Leccese. The front row of the grid is the Dane, Christian Lundgaard. We had one Dane lose out in the Senior KF final. It was won by a Russian. We've got a Dane on pole position for this race as well. As we look at Kfjunior for RB Racing, the driver from Xi'an, China. He lines up on grid number 5 alongside the American Logan Sargent. Marta Garcia on screen from Spain, driving the Alonso kart, in fact. Despite what you saw written on the race suit there. That's Kfjunior. Actually lives in Le Mans, France, where the KZ World Championship will be disputed later in the year. Still 5 minutes before the start of this race. Caio Collet, all the way from Brazil, has been a sensation this weekend, driving for the Cosmic Kart Racing team. Ran in second and third throughout the heats as the 5-minute board goes up. Here in the sunshine in southern Italy, Alejandro Lejos for Kartronics International, the Irish racing team, using the Tony Karts here this weekend. Outside front row, 354, the resplendent Birrell art kart of the Belgian Ulissi Dupau. Well, Ward Racing have already had one victory here today, with Alexander Vartanyan taking the win in the Senior KF final. Let's see if they can make it 2 from 2 starts. Their driver, Christian Lundgaard, the quietly spoken Dane, will start on pole position. Felipe Drugovic, the driver from Maringa in southern Brazil. That's him on screen, driving for the Cosmic Kart Racing team. To the top right of your screen, you can see the Cosmic Transporter parked behind the Tony Kart Transporter. Equally as impressive as anything you'd see in F1 or anywhere else in world motorsport. That's the level of professionalism here in the WSK Supermaster Series as the 3-minute board goes up. The grandstand starting to fill. We've still got this, the Kfjunior final, and the KZ2 final here at La Conca this afternoon. While you're watching us on WSK.it, flick over to Facebook, very quickly of course, and give us a like at WSK Promotion to keep up to date with everything that goes on in the world's premier kart racing series. Also follow us on Twitter, hashtag WSK Promotion. The grandstand fills. The Vega Grid girls make this scene look even better than it normally looks, along the Bet Italy start-finish straight. The mechanics clear the grid. The 1-minute board will go up imminently. Now the Vega Grid girls clear the track, as you can see, and we're only moments away from these 125cc Junior KF engines firing into life. Yu Yang Sun is the Ricky Flynn Motorsport driver at the bottom right of your screen. The Alonso kart, another of the Chinese drivers. Super international field, a Dane and a Belgian, a Brazilian, a Chinese, another Chinese, the American Logan Sargent, starts directly behind his teammate, Yu Yang Sun. Then it's Marta Garcia from Spain, alongside the Indian Kushmani from Bangalore, driving for the British Forza racing team. Klement Novalak, who's won the opening 2 rounds of the series but had a woeful run through the heats. At one stage, he was worried about even making it through to the final. Well, he's done just that. He starts on the inside of the 5th row alongside the Italian Lorenzo Colombo, the number 348 Tony Kart. Interestingly enough, Lorenzo is using the LKE 125cc engine. Charles Milesi in the Tony Kart alongside Lucas Leggeret. David Lombardo is alongside Jean-Baptiste Minoer, the McDonald's-sponsored Tony Kart racing team driver from La France. Presley Martono makes it an all-Asian 8th row of the grid. He is alongside the Malaysian Abdul bin Ghaffar Muizzedin as these engines fire into life. The sun is shining, the temperature rises in these Vega tyres. Of course, Vega, official supplier to the WSK Supermaster Series, the Italian tyre manufacturer that's been on the top of the world karting podium ever since 1980. We look at the grid. Lungard alongside Ulissi Dupau, Felipe Drugovich, Yu Yang-sun, Yifei, Logan Sargent from Florida, Marta Garcia, Kushmeni, Klement Novalak, and Lorenzo Colombo. The 2 Russians, Nikita Volkov and Mikhail Simonov on the 11th row of the grid. Look out for Teddy Wilson alongside yet another Russian, Artem Slutsky, way back on the 15th row of the grid. Ivan Grigoriev scrapes into the final alongside Marco Settimo in this super competitive Kfjunior field. Felipe Drugovich, looking very racy in the Cosmic Kart, was not happy with himself after the heats yesterday, but Sunday he's woken up a different person. He's got that Cosmic Kart absolutely hooked up and flying. Starts on the 2nd row of the grid as the field forms up on the back straight. A fantastic sight. 34 of the world's best junior kart racing drivers under the control of the pace man or the pole sitter, Christian Lungard. Ulissi Dupau. Watch out for David Brinkman, the young German, in the number 370 Tony Kart. The other German, Max Hess, number 371. In the Croc promotion machine, as they round the hairpin for what is likely to be the final time. We get set for a start. 16 laps, 20 kilometres the distance here at La Conca. The lights go out. Ulissi Dupau shoots to the inside. We've had a big coming together. It looks as though Lombardo got airborne but was amazingly able to continue in 4th spot. Ulissi Dupau drops back to 3rd. Lungard leads it from Drugovich. Marta Garcia is there in 6th spot. How those 2 karts did not end up in the fence on the exit of turn 1, I don't know. But they've all managed to get through safely, quite remarkably, although we've lost a couple gone wide further back in the field. Marta Garcia in the Alonso kart number 325 on the back straight. Down through the centre chicane. Up the inside goes one of the RFM drivers, that is indeed the American Logan Sargent. In 4th spot now. Lungard's already got a lead of 0.6 of a second as they come across the start-finish line for the first time. Drugovich under attack from Ulissi Dupau. Oh, the Brazilian holds him off. Did not even flinch that time. He heard that motor, but did not let him through at all. Uses every bit of the racetrack. Now he looks over his shoulder. He knows the Belgian is there. Ulissi Dupau has a little bit of a look. Drugovich's kart is hooked up and flying down the back straight. You can see he lifts 2 inside wheels going into the right-hander. Ulissi Dupau in the slipstream now. Has a look, under brakes. He goes through. The Brazilian can't do anything about it. Logan Sargent tries to have a bit of a look. Marta Garcia gets a little bit sideways that time with Yifei as they come onto the start-finish straight. The front 3 trying to catch their leader, Christian Lungard, who's now got a lead of 0.8 of a second. Ulissi Dupau in second spot from Belgium in the Birrell Art. Marta Garcia is driving superbly. She is in fifth in what else but an Alonso kart. Lundgaard leads down through the centre chicane. You can see the rubber line that's been coated through those S's. Two black streaks of Vega tyres over the ripple strip. Logan Sargent had a big look down the inside that time, but he's lost a fair bit of place. Garcia now in the slipstream. Then it's Clement Novalak. Marco Settimo has made a sensational start. He's up into 18th spot from the back of the grid, having already passed 15 karts. Marco Settimo behind Ivan Shvetsov. Alejandro Lajos is behind Charles Milesi. The other French driver, Jean-Baptiste Minouer, back in 14th. One behind the German Max Hess, who's already made up 10 places. Lundgaard over the ripple strip. Down through the centre chicane. That's Logan Sargent for Ricky Flynn Motorsport in fourth spot. Looks over his shoulder. He has won here at La Conca before in the WSK series. And he's desperate to do it again today. They've already passed quarter race distance, I'm sorry. Logan Sargent, he wasn't figuring on fighting for the minor placings. He's not even on the podium as it stands. Drugovic is on the bottom step. As we come up to start our sixth lap. Fifth lap. That's Sargent for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, the team that won the World Championship last year in France. Their drivers Inem Ahmed and Lando Norris deciding to go car racing for 2015. RFM, a super professional outfit. And their driver Logan Sargent sits in fourth spot. This is your race leader who goes very, very wide on the exit of turn number 6. Remember, we spoke about fatigue earlier. Two corners here at La Conca have been resurfaced. It's generating tremendous amount of grip. Neck muscles and forearm strength will be a factor when we get to laps number 13, 14 and 15. Hopefully for these young junior drivers, adrenaline is enough to take advantage of it and will them to the finish. The 333 kart, RB Racing, Yi Fei Yao. Clement Novalak in sixth spot. He's the driver who won at Adria. He won at Castelletto. He is almost 3 seconds behind your race leader, this man, for Ward Racing. He has to catch this group on screen now, Drugovic, Sargent and Garcia, if he wants to even get on the podium here this afternoon. Down through the centre chicane. Sargent, a big look on the inside, but oh, Garcia's gone through on the American. Nice move by Marta Garcia, the Spaniard. Almost it looked as though she took Sargent by surprise. Sargent himself was trying to make a move, but Garcia took advantage of that and now moves up into fourth spot. Clement Novalak still sits there in sixth. The gap between this man, Christian Lundgaard, and Ulissi Dupau was 0.5 of a second last time round. It's getting closer than that. Drugovic still in third. We're coming up to half race distance here at La Conca, the third round of the WSK Supermaster Series. Lundgaard through the hairpin, half race distance when they cross the line now. 123 k's an hour for these junior KF karts. The gap is down to 0.4 of a second. So the Belgian is catching the Dane. Christian Lundgaard for Ward Racing. They've already won here with Alexander Vartanyan in Senior KF. Christian Lundgaard himself won here in the WSK Champions Cup. They come on to the back straight. 0.4 of a second was the gap last time around. Drugovic from Brazil looks over the shoulder to see the young Spaniard Marta Garcia. Logan Sargent starting to drop back a little bit. Clement Novalak has now got the American in his sights. There's Marta Garcia for the Fernando Alonso car. That's the same chassis that the American Logan Sargent is using. And that's the chassis that won the World Championship last year in the hands of Enem Ahmed. Nikita Volkov, David Brinkman, Teddy Wilson, Milan Ponomarenko, they're fighting for the minor placings much further back in the field, but it's very, very tight. All the way from about 12th spot down to about 26th. As we have a look at the replay over the ripple strip through the centre chicane. This was Marta Garcia. As they come across the line. Sargent under attack from Clement Novalak, the 320 Tony Kart. The Swiss Brit, official driver with the green team in 2015. Christian Lundgaard racing with Ward Racing, the team from Sweden, who count Heikki Kovalainen among their former drivers. Heikki actually climbed onto the podium in the World Championship for Ward Racing in Formula Super A way back in 2000. They're looking at a win here this afternoon. Lundgaard leads by 0.6 of a second now from Dupau. Have a look at the number 325 Alonso kart. Marta Garcia very close to the back of Felipe Drugovic. Yifeye for RB Racing comes onto the straight. Head down behind the steering wheel. Head of Yu Yang Sun Kushmani. Presley Martono from Jakarta, Indonesia is only in 10th. Remember, Presley won the WSK Final Cup, the last event of last season, driving with Baby Race. Presley will not be happy with 10th spot, finishing first and second in his heats here yesterday. Garcia not quite close enough to Drugovic to make a move this time into the hairpin. She follows the Brazilian through onto the start-finish straight. As we mentioned, 123 k's an hour. Logan Sargent signalling something there to his pit. Clement Novalak has got the American in his sights. Again, a super international field here at the WSK Supermaster Series. The Dane leading the Belgian, the Brazilian, Spaniard, American, Brit, 2 Chinese. The Indian Kushmani is in 9th. And Presley Martono from Indonesia rounds out the top 10. This is Marta Garcia on screen, chasing Felipe Drugovic. He knows he's under pressure. Marta Garcia, a tight line that time by Drugovic. The Brazilian, he's going to come under attack into the hairpin. Not this time. 3 laps to go for this Kfjunior final. Dupau has got the lead down to 0.4 of a second last time round. It stays the same with 3 laps to go here at La Conca, the Kfjunior final. Christian Lundgaard, can he hold on for another 2.5 laps? The quietly spoken Dane from outside Copenhagen in Denmark for Ward Racing leads by 0.4 of a second. Dupau now under attack from Drugovic. Oh, Dupau's gone from 2nd to 4th in one corner. Marta Garcia is on the podium. As it stands at this very moment, she will be the first girl to stand on a WSK podium. She can hold on for another 2.5 laps. Marta Garcia, sensational drive. The young Spaniard now tails the Brazilian Felipe Drugovic. Whoa, just sensational. Christian Lundgaard's got the lead back out to 0.6 of a second, lifts the inside rear violently on the exit of turn number 3. That Tony Kart is absolutely on rails. Marta Garcia, that's her, trailing the Brazilian in the Cosmic Kart. The last lap board will come out next time round. Clement Novalak, you can see, has got through on Logan Sargent. That's for 5th spot. Sargent gets it back though on the exit. Marta Garcia behind Felipe Drugovic. Well, she's on the podium as it stands. Can she get onto the second step of the podium? Indeed, can she win it? This is the final lap of the race. The gap is down to half a second. Christian Lundgaard leads from Drugovic. And Marta Garcia, they've got him in his sights. Forget about the gap of half a second. They're right on his bumper. Has he even got a problem? Lundgaard into turn 6 for the final time. Drugovic, he's going to make a move surely, but Marta Garcia is right there behind. This is a passing spot. The positions do not change. Onto the Bet Italy back straight for the last time. Watch them down into the hairpin, flat out through the centre chicane. This is the final passing spot of the race. I think he's going to hold on just. Christian Lundgaard, but Felipe Drugovic is going to get the run out of the corner. Lundgaard is going to hold on. The win goes to Christian Lundgaard. Whoa! Wow! The Dane wins it from Felipe Drugovic. What a race. Well done, Marta Garcia. Ulissi Dupau, bad luck, finishes off the podium in 4th spot. The American Logan Sargent home in 5th. One ahead of Clement Novalak, Yifeye, Kushmani, Davide Lombardo, and a great drive by the German Max Hess to come home in 10th spot. Whoa! We thought the 60cc mini final was sensation. That was just unbelievable. Christian Lundgaard, he won by how much? 0.02 of a second. The Dane leads home the Brazilian, and the Spaniard Marta Garcia becomes the first girl to stand on a WSK podium here at La Conca Muro Leccese for Alonso Kart. She will be delighted with that. Congratulations to Christian, Felipe and Marta. A fantastic clean race here at La Conca. The final of Kfjunior in the sunshine. It has gone to a Dane, Christian Lundgaard. He won here at the WSK Champions Cup in atrocious conditions back in February. He's done it in the sunshine here today. For Ward Racing, they pick up their second win of the day with Christian Lundgaard winning the Kfjunior final. Felipe Drugovic is in second. Marta Garcia, she'll be absolutely delighted, as will her Fernando Alonso Kart team. I hate to say it, but it's an all OTK podium. It's a Tony kart from a Cosmic kart and an Alonso kart. Unfortunately, Ulissi Dupau just couldn't quite put the Birrell art onto the third step. But a great drive by the young Belgium to come home in 4th, ahead of the American Logan Sargent in 5th spot. Christian Lundgaard wins the Kfjunior final from Felipe Drugovic and Marta Garcia. We will have the podium presentation for you in just a few moments. Stay with us. You're watching the WSK Supermaster Series, 3rd round, the finals, here on WSK.it. Go over to Facebook, give us a like at WSK Promotion. If you're on Twitter, like us at hashtag WSK Promotion, or follow us, I should say. Stay with us. The podium presentations for Kfjunior in just a few moments. We will get underway with the podium presentations for Kfjunior. The drivers absolutely exhausted as they make their way up from Parc Ferme. They just put their Vega caps on. We'll call to the podium. In third place from Spain, Marta Garcia. In second place for Cosmic Kart from Maringa, Brazil, Felipe Drugovic. Two out of two for Ward Racing today for Tony Kart from Denmark. Let's hear it for your winner, Christian Lundgaard. The third place trophy for Marta Garcia. Second place, Felipe Drugovic. Let's hear it for your winner from Denmark, Christian Lundgaard. We stand by for the national anthem of Denmark. Un grande applauso per vostro podio. A great big round of applause for your podium here for the Kfjunior class. The final on the podium right now. Well, stay with us if you're watching us live on wsk.it. Don't go anywhere. We've got the final for the KZ2 gearbox class coming your way in just a few moments. Tra poco in pista abbiamo il finale per KZ2.